Fox News alert. Can you hear it? Nothing's happening because the government has officially shut down for the first time in nearly 7 years after the Senate failed to reach an agreement over spending before last night's deadline.
Griff Jenkins joins us live on Capitol Hill with the latest. Hey, Griff, last time it lasted 35 days. Wonder how long this one will last.
It sure did. That's a great question, Ainsley. Brian Lawrence, good morning. It was December of 2018, and that government shutdown lasted 35 days, as you point out. Now, here we go again, the Senate failing to pass that short-term government spending bill. Now, hundreds of thousands of government employees will be furloughed, possibly some even let go. And this morning, we have a brand new statement from Democrat leaders Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. In it, they say Donald Trump and Republicans have now shut down the federal government because they do not want to protect the health care of the American people. Democrats remain ready to find a bipartisan path forward to reopen the government in a way that lowers costs and addresses the Republican health care crisis, but we need a credible partner. Now, here's the vote breakdown. It was 55 to 45, 3 Democrats voting with Republicans, John Fetterman, Catherine Cortez Masto, and independent Angus King, who caucuses with Democrats. 1 Republican, Rand Paul, voted against the bill as Minority Leader Chuck Schumer blasted Republicans over the bill.
Their bill, they call it clean, we call it totally partisan. There was no input from Democrats. Not a single line in their bill had input from Democrats. They never consulted us. Thune didn't consult me. Johnson didn't consult Hakeem. And the bottom line is that we had a partisan bill.
But House Speaker Mike Johnson slammed Democrats who were holding out to try to extend Obamacare tax credits.
What they're trying to do is roll back the reforms, the very important, necessary reforms that we included in the big, beautiful bill. We got able-bodied young men off of Medicaid. They should have never been there in the first place. And we got illegal aliens off as well. Millions of people removed from the rolls, which makes health care more affordable for everybody. They want to roll that back. Why? Because they want illegal aliens to be voters for their side.
The shutdown comes after a New York Times poll showed 65% of Americans said Democrats should not shut the government down if their demands were not met. Just 27% said they should. So where do we go from here? It's unclear. As you point out, Brian, it's quiet as a mouse up here on Capitol Hill. We are hearing from Majority Leader John Thune that they're expected to take some procedural votes in the Senate, which may show whether or not anyone is having a change of heart, but there are no indications that that is the case. Brian, Ainsley, and Lawrence?
All right, thank you, Griff. It could disrupt everything from air travel to the monthly jobs report to jobs at the DOJ, Social Security Administration. People could be furloughed. The non-essential workers are really those who will be most affected. They're going to be sent home without pay. That's offices in like scientific research, customer service, and then the essential jobs will stay at work, and that's military troops, border guards.
So we have been hearing some rumbling when it comes to the activists that they wanted the government to shut down, the Democrats. Now the polling suggests as well 47%. And Monday, there was some reporting that a deal was reached. And then Schumer got some pushback, and he pulled out of it. So, I mean, this is all partisan. This is all the base-driven. But they're going to say that the Republicans shut it down, but they're the ones that are essentially advocating for it.
Right. And I think at 10 o'clock today, there's a plan for a joint Republican leadership, House and Senate, to have a press conference around 10. And then after that's done, should not no Hail Mary be thrown or caught, they're going to be off. Because you got the Jewish holiday tomorrow, and they're going to come back on Monday, so we're going to have a full week. And the question is, will they start trying to extract some pain on us? For example, with the post office or TSA, will the lines get longer? Will they begin a slowdown? So there's about 750,000 workers that are going to be affected. But I'd add this. There's already some breaks among Democrats. You have Senator Fetterman, obviously, but Senator Cortez Masto of Nevada says, I'm voting to continue to fund.
Of course.
And Angus King voted for it. So if it was Rand Paul just decides, because he's an ideologue, he's not in the practical world, he's not going to vote for it. So I wonder if anybody else is going to crack. You need 8 overall. You already got 3. So you'll see what happens now. It's about the blame. I think the deal that Schumer was thinking about was a week. Well, he goes, give me an extra week, because they want some health care concessions.
Well, Schumer voted for the CR last March, and he got a lot of pushback from the Democrats for that. So this might just be political, because he's facing a really tough race coming up, probably, if AOC is running against him. Here is, and many Republicans are saying, this is so hypocritical.
Yep.
Don't make this political, Democrats, because people are going to not get paid as a result of this. Just continue to vote like you did in March, with the exception of inflation. Please just vote for the continuing resolution. They're not doing that, and they're saying that's so hypocritical based on comments they've said in the past. And this is what the Republican Speaker Johnson posted. Listen.
It is not normal to shut down the government when we don't get what we want.
If the government shuts down, it will be average Americans who suffer most. A government shutdown means seniors who rely on Social Security could be thrown into chaos.
Families will be hurt. Farmers will be hurt.
It's the service members who will work without a paycheck. It's the firefighters who will be furloughed.
This shutdown, you know who's going to feel the pain? You know who it hurts? You. Everyday people and the most vulnerable. Seniors, veterans, working families, hungry kids, y'all.
So what changed?
A different party, different majority. And by the way, that tape is rolling outside the Speaker's office. So any press person that walks by, I'm not sure how many Democrats come by and visit. They got coverage. I had one other thing. What Democrats want in the big picture is in 26, they think their best issue to run on is health care. So they want to make the Republicans look like they're cutting everybody's health care. So they are going to beginning to lay the groundwork here, and they're going to say, look, we shut down the government for your health care. But in reality, what they did is during the pandemic, they put money into health care because of everyone's illness and the scariness about, will I die tomorrow? But they never took the money back. So he wants to go back to pre-pandemic levels. Also, they cracked down on people, able-bodied people getting it, and illegals that were receiving it. So that's what they say. But if you want to, so what Senator Thune just said, and he's just a practical guy. He goes, if you want to talk about this, let's talk about it. But let's fund the government at the Biden levels while we do it.
We're going to have the Vice President of the United States on later on in the show. We're going to get full reaction to what's going on with these negotiations. Is there a breakthrough? We'll ask him.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.